Welcome, everyone. Henry Wheelwright, managing partner and co-founder of StablePoint Partners. I want to welcome all of our clients, guests, and of course, general audience. The first week of June, for those in the Boston area, summer has finally arrived. Today, it's a steamy 88 degrees. Route 3 is backed up with people heading to the Cape, and it just feels like school's going to come out, and finally, we're in for some warmer weather. Well deserved for all of us who've been patiently waiting. Want to start out with, as I always do, a few tidbits on the market. But to be candid, we've been talking a lot about the same things. Trade and tariffs. There's been a pause. We've had a ferocious V-shaped recovery from the lows that we put into April. Remarkably, the S&P is back in positive territory. We've seen a significant rally in a lot of the cyclical areas of the market, industrial, semiconductor stocks. I call it a reset, and we're now going to wait to see if some of these trade deals get done. Every day we get bits of news. Today, Elon Musk, Trump, discussions over the GOP House bill, budgeting. You just can't make it up. Trying to get focused on the details. I've been talking to clients, said all along, economy is pretty good. Labor number is softening, but we certainly don't see a recession. Earnings season was rock star, 11% year over year growth. Expectations were for 7%. And I think right now the market is starting to look a little bit beyond trade, has revalued companies to not price in a recession, expectations that the Fed's going to have to step up and cut rates. And here we go. Second half of the year should be interesting. I want to talk about some planning tips. We are a financial planning group, one of the unique opportunities to have 4 CFPs under the age of 50 here at StablePoint Partners. What should we be thinking about as we go through the summer, get a little bit of time away, and hopefully time with family and vacation? First, on the tax front, if you've had a new job or perhaps have a 1099 job on top of W-2, revisit both W-4 tax withholdings, that's the withholdings on your federal taxes. May have filled that out with your employer to start the year and need to readjust those numbers. That's always something to do as you hit the midway mark. We also, for those that make estimated payments, start to stay on track of those payments, make sure you have the liquidity for it. Also, for earnings that you may be making through June and August, September 15th, you're going to have the deadline for that payment. So it's a good opportunity to talk with our team, talk about liquidity. Giving is also an important, both charitable, that's a big component of philanthropy for our clients, the StablePoint Partners. Great opportunity to think about who are those organizations, what dollars you might be willing to give, and talk to our financial planners like myself and others about the best way to do that, both from a tax standpoint and a maximization of your wealth. I also want to think about annual exclusion amounts. That's given that often is going to family members, those in need, contributions into educational accounts. That number goes from 18,000 in 2024 up to 19,000 in 2025. So I think about taxes at the mid-year mark as being very healthy, right? On the personal end, W-4 estimated taxes. On the investment end, a great opportunity to check in with myself, the team, see what the investment income may look like, have an opportunity to speak with your tax professionals and factor in what type of payments might be appropriate. All of us should be doing that together. That's part of our value proposition. Giving, charitable giving, for those that are of age, recognizing qualified charitable distributions might be part of our planning process as we look at fulfilling some of those required minimum distributions. And if you haven't seen some of our planning software on Roth conversions, as we get through the summer, start to think about where there might be opportunities in a given year to convert some pre-tax dollars to post-tax dollars. So the summer is here. Markets have hit reset. I clearly think it's a bullish sentiment. We're going to have a lot of information coming in the following weeks and months to see if trade gets done. But I want our clients to focus on being healthy, getting some time away from work, and having some good financial planning tips to recognize a better outcome at the end of the year. Thank you for your trust and confidence. We hope you have a great week, great summer. I look forward to seeing you soon.